Hello everyone, this is Urte from Redline Handcraft and today is 14th of December. Today, as I mentioned in my last Flosstube, I'm gonna do a separate video only for Yarntube. Basically all the crochet and knitting that I have been doing, working on since the last time I showed you anything like that, I guess. So let's start with even back in July, I guess, because it's been a while. I got these two German magazines with crochet doilies patterns for them, and I made two of them for my grandma for her birthday. I'm gonna insert the pictures because I have already gifted them for my grandma, so I don't really have them to show you right now. So we're gonna see some of the pictures. So this one was the first one. And I also made this one just in blue shades. They both are blue. They share one color and one is additional one for this one. I haven't really made anything from this one. Sorry, it's quite dark because it's cloudy outside. So I'm trying to use the light, but it's still quite dark on the right side. So yeah, I haven't made anything from this one, but it has some really nice doilies. I can show you some of the pictures inside because yeah, the patterns go on the second half of this magazine, so I'm not gonna expose anything. I really like this table runner. I thought of making it wider so that, you know, it's a decent in size type of table mat. And I really love these ones because they look really dense and stiff. That's what I like about some of the doilies. They don't necessarily have to be really floppy, you know. So I like when it's dense in stitches. Some other ones. I have made a really similar one to this one in the past. So this one is also cute, even though it's not as dense as the other two that I showed you. And I really love these types of magazines because back in school I was told how to read those, you know, patterns that's not exposed too much, but these type of patterns where it's like all the scheme design and not a verbal pattern. So it was how I was taught to do it with at first, and only years later I taught myself how to read verbal patterns. And the next one kind of has an image of a doily and pattern, so I'm not gonna flip it through like that. But back in September I gifted one to my friend that I made in like burgundy color, I guess. So I'm gonna insert a picture of this one if I have it. I'm not sure if I even took a picture because the time was quite tight, so I had to rush with this one. And I still have some of the yarn left. It's a pretty thin one, and the brand is Madame Tricot Paris. It's actually Turkish yarn, and the color code is 5537. So I'm gonna insert the picture of this one Let's Rock table mat if I have it. Next thing that I don't really have anymore because I gifted it was a crochet amigurumi cat, but I gifted to my cousin because she had a baby girl back in August. So I'm gonna insert some pictures here if you haven't seen it on my Instagram. Next, let's talk about some of the crochet with beads. So this is a necklace that I crocheted, if you remember. So recently I have put the clasp. It's a magnetic one. It's pretty hard one, so my mom said she uses those and she has no issues whatsoever. She never lost she has never lost any of these. So yeah, this is finally a complete finish, FFO. And some other recent ones that I made, well, projects with crochet with beads, are some decorative bubbles for Christmas tree, perhaps. I haven't attached the hangers, but it won't take that long. So the first one I made was in these colors. And actually this one is not that nice. This is a fail. It doesn't really work according to the pattern, so it's quite chaotic. And because my tension is quite there, this part needs some additional beads. I'm not sure if I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna be off work next week, so I might take some time to redo this part, adding some additional rows. And then I made another one, just putting one color to the background instead of two, and adding some rows of beads so that it's more nice on the top. This is actually the top. Yes, I could have added one more bead, but that's the part where the hanger is gonna be, so it's not a big problem. And it has these 3 flowers. So these are crochet with beads projects that I have been working on and I have finished. Then the next one is actually knitting. I don't really have the label of the yarn that I am using, but I'm making a simple, basic, classy scarf with 5mm knitting needles, and it's quite long. I'm really close to finishing it up. Just I need to weave in all the tails, ends of yarn, and I'm not really into that, so I'm quite delaying finishing it. But I think I'm gonna finish it soon. So it's a quite nice color, but I don't really like the quality of this yarn. I bought it online, so it's not really done nicely. It's quite loose, so when I knitted it, it's quite messed up too. But I'm still gonna wash it, so maybe it's gonna look a bit nicer. And then what happened was my nephew asked me if I know how to sew a green dragon, and I was a little bit confused at first. What do you mean? But he eventually explained to me, well, you were making some of the toys for my sister. He has a younger sister that got some amigurumis from me. So I figured he wants me to crochet a green dragon, so I decided to make one because Christmas is coming, and I bought the pattern of the dragon on Etsy. I'm gonna link it down below because right now I don't really remember the designer or design name. So it has like nice wings. In the pattern they say to add some wire, but because he has a little sister, I decided to just to make them just like that without the wires. So yeah, it's a quite nice little baby dragon. And then I thought, well, maybe his sister will want to play with it too, so that his dragon is safe, nice, not destroyed by a little sister. I decided to make one for her. It's quite dark today, sorry for the bad light, but that's the best I can do really. So it's an analogical one. I used it to make a different one for a girl, and like a pinkish peachy color with some red accents. So these are the 2 siblings. And I think that is it for Yarntube. I don't really have any other projects. Well, for these I used kind of the same type of yarn as for the Let's Rock doily table mat. So I can show you, yeah, this one that I used for these two. So also Madame Tricot Paris. So I guess that is it for today. Thank you for stopping by. So thank you so much for stopping by. Again, sorry that it's quite dark, but as I said, it's like it's an issue today with a really cloudy winter day here in Lithuania. So thank you again. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you need any more information on anything that I have showed you. And remember, as always, you are only crazy till you make it. Bye.